Oh boy, we have a really awesome video to bring you guys this afternoon. So, there have been some really crazy moves that have gone on in the market over basically the last couple of hours during this trading day. Now, we recently talked about a specific situation in my video yesterday. Now, we ended up seeing that situation play out a little bit sooner than expected, but we're going to go over some tips and tricks for you guys into exactly how you could have taken advantage of this trade, how you can find more like this, and really just put yourself on the best path to making money in this market right now, because that is exactly what we are all here to do. Now, I know a lot of you guys that watched that video yesterday are probably having an awesome time right now if you are able to identify this and have been listening to the things that we have been talking about over the last 6 months, but we're going to give you guys a little bit of a refresher, and especially for those of you guys that are new, we're kind of going to walk you through this entire thing and kind of show you guys exactly what's going on here. So again, guys, if you guys don't mind, before we get into all of this information, make sure you guys go hit that like button down below. Cost you nothing to do it, and if you guys do want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below too. Now, getting into it right here, we're actually going to be talking about cfvi, which is the SPAC, the special purpose acquisition company that is taking Rumble public. Now, recently today, it did receive a couple of kind of little bit more tidbits of news here. Thank you, Steve Will Do It, for sharing Rumble on your Instagram. We hope to see you on Rumble soon. Steve Will Do It, another popular former YouTube creator who has been deplatformed. And again, Rumble is kind of that new social media platform that is really kind of starting to step up. And we're starting to see a lot of these formerly big creators on other platforms starting to move their audience over to Rumble. Now, again, over here, update: due to high demand, Rumble will be releasing vertical video stories next week in our iOS app, very similar to like an Instagram story or maybe even like a TikTok like function as well. Now, getting into the chart right here, here is what we saw today. Now, if you guys were in the private live streams that we do every single morning from about 8:45 to 10:30, there were a couple of key specific levels that we were looking at for cfvi. We started to see it have a pretty solid run up in the pre-market here. It ended up being at the high about 3.5% green in the pre-market, and then it ended up selling off a little bit here. Now, again, we are going to be talking about this cross right here too, and this break of this key resistance level. But when we zoom out to this 4-hour time frame here, there were a couple of key levels that we were looking at. The first is about $10.43. Breaking that level was incredibly important in showing us that strong upside momentum. Now, again, these support and resistance levels are so important in making sure that you are able to fully identify a trend and make sure that, yes, you are going to be correct in your analysis as price is breaking out. Now, the other spot that we were looking at here was this 200 EMA on the 4-hour, which was the kind of the first level, $10.25. And then we come out to the daily here, which is, again, right around this level here at about $10.58 at this current time that I am recording. Now, the RSI is sitting pretty hot right now on cfvi. So again, what goes up must come down. So it is very likely that we do see somewhat of a pullback going into the next couple of trading days. I would not be surprised if that happened. But again, with all of kind of the hype starting to circulate around about this daily cross right here, the technicals on the chart looking pretty solid, I don't see any reason why we couldn't see a little bit of a drawn out event where cfvi, ahead of their kind of merger with Rumble, does see a pretty significant upward move. Now, again, going back to that move right here, we can see that the deal was extended to October 31st from August 29th to accommodate for a shareholder vote. So at the end of October, there's going to be another important event. Now, getting back into exactly what was going on today, that would have told you exactly when to take this trade. Remember that $10.50 level that we were looking at right here? Well, that's a key level of resistance that we were seeing in the pre-market. Now, we also see this key 1348 cross right here as well. We see the RSI above 50, the MACD building bullish momentum here as well, and the shaft trend cycle signaling buy. All of these indicators here, in my mind, are kind of screaming at you, this stock is most likely going to trend higher. Now, again, this is just one stock right here, everybody, on the 5-minute time frame. Remember, we have Pythagoras, the unbelievably successful algorithm that trades on the daily time frame, and it's able to predict these moves before they happen. It caught the Bed Bath & Beyond, and it is having an absolute field day with the market right now. Our algorithm Trader Joe is also up a very significant amount. I believe it's up 18, 19% right now. We have all of those sales alerts, all of those private live streams, specifically where I was calling out this trade today. Again, guys, if you are interested in that, make sure you check out that link down below. It's the best place to come and learn how to trade. Now, kind of getting into a move like this where we start to see price start to make these higher highs and higher lows, there's a couple of key things that we've gone over in the past that I want to kind of refresh with you guys. So this move that we are seeing in Rumble right now, again, at the current time that I'm recording, it's at $11.58, up $1.50, 14.88% on the day. Very, very significant moves here, but it was moving with a significant amount of volatility. Now, what would tell you to actually be able to stay in this play for a little bit longer versus just seeing this initial pop? You get scared out by these red candles and then you come right back down. We talk about this all the time, these dynamic levels of support and resistance. This 13 EMA on this 5-minute time frame tells a very, very important story. You do not see any of these closing candles down below this 13 EMA until sort of right here, and that's when price just comes right back to the upside as well. So you're already very green on your position, up about 250% if you were playing the closest time to expiration contracts on this 5-minute cross here. And again, price is still making these pushes higher. So kind of wrapping this all up in a nice little bow here, going through some of the things that we were talking about. There are going to be certain events in the market sometimes that are just kind of going to flash green at you. Now, cfvi was one of those stocks that I was looking at that based on the news, I thought can make a pretty significant move. But I'm not just going to trade based off of the news, because price action and overall sentiment is going to drive where the stock is going to go at the end of the day. So what we essentially did here, what we outlined in the video yesterday was, okay, we went on the 4-hour time frame and said, okay, we are seeing kind of what we call an EMA sandwich down here, where the EMAs are not really picking a direction. You're seeing cross down, cross up, cross down, cross up, and you're still below that 200 EMA on this 4-hour time frame. Now, when we come over to the daily time frame over here, you start to see, okay, you are starting to see it consolidate a little bit after making these more recent highs, and then let's see what's actually going to happen. When you have a plan going into the trade and based on the news and based on what the chart is saying and knowing those key levels of support and resistance, that is going to set you up so well in order to make these super, super high quality trades. And then when we start to see this movement on the 5-minute here, knowing that this key level that price came up to in the pre-market, this $10.50, $10.47 level here was going to be a key level. Well, this cross happens. Yes, you can be a little bit careful going up to this level of resistance here if this is where you wanted to enter, but then you just start to see price run up. You see it respect these dynamic levels of support and resistance, and you end up with an absolutely phenomenal trade. So again, guys, if you do want to see more videos like this and you don't want to miss plays like this that we're calling out all the time on this channel, we just called the eBay trade last week that is still doing very, very, very well. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Helps out a whole lot getting this information out to as many people who want to learn. And guys, if you did enjoy the information and analysis that I provided for you guys in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button. Cost you nothing to do it. And again, that's going to wrap it up for this one. Hopefully you guys had an awesome day in the market today. Other than that, peace.